Sometimes we take those pills as a part of our life. We feel that that will be part and parcel of our life. But we don't try to understand that if we can change some of our lifestyle habits or we can lose some weight, we can easily get rid of all those diseases. At least if it's a hereditary, then in that case we can reduce it up to certain level. So today I'll talk about three those kind of diseases which can be reversed if you can lose your weight and at the same time if you change some of your lifestyle habits. So the first one is PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, and especially why I would like to talk about this disease and tell you the story. When I first thought about that, talking about that particular disease, that PCOS, I was told that from a male guy talking about a female hormonal problem, my female viewer won't take it or won't appreciate it. And because of only that reason, today I am talking about this topic, because now it is 2021 and so it's not anymore it's a female problem or it's a male problem, rather it's a disease. We cannot label it like that. And when I have something to offer, when I have something to tell my viewers so they can be beneficial, they can get help from there, so I'm adding values. I'm not doing it for the appreciation. So when I have that conviction, I can tell you with just opening my heart. So let's come back to the topic. So this is called insulin resistance. We need to understand the people who face that problem, that PCOS, there is a high tendency that they have insulin resistance. So when I talk about insulin resistance, when we eat food, especially carbohydrate, protein and food, protein and fat, this carbohydrates, this gets converted into energy and insulin does the job. So when your body becomes insulin resistant, that needs more and more insulin to get that spike, to get that conversion of that energy from how your body used to respond up to certain amount of insulin. Now it's not responding for that insulin, so your body is requiring more and more insulin to respond at the same level. So that is called insulin resistance. And also because of that, when your insulin level is going up, so that then the hormonal problem starts happening. So that is the problem. So what is the solution? So let's talk about the solution. You need to avoid high GI food. High GI food is high glycemic index food, and you need to add low GI food, that is low glycemic index food. And what is that high GI food? That is GI, there is a GI index, we call it, we compare any carbohydrate compared to sugar. We put sugar as 100, that is the maximum GI, and we compare any kind of carbohydrate as per the sugar. So if any carbohydrate which is close to sugar, that GI level will be high. So you can check on internet what are those foods, they have the high GI. You can see the white macaroni, then white rice, they have the high GI level. And also here in this after this video you can check the link where I'll be posting particular a diet chart for the people who have this PCOS disease. You can check out that diet chart, you can follow it, and that will be beneficial for you. And the next part, what you need to do, avoid sugar completely. You need to avoid that sugar, you need to avoid it, yes, completely. And I know it's very tough for the people who really love sugar related stuff, who love dessert and all. So for that, in that case, I would like to suggest you try to have fruits in the morning. You can have fruits and chew it very nicely. When you chew your fruits very nicely, this fructose, this gives your signal that your cravings for the sweets, it's getting satisfied. So that craving which is being generated because of not having sugar, that will get compensated. So try to have that fruits in the morning along with some nuts or some other protein stuffs. And exercise, you need to exercise at least 40 to 45 minutes at least weekly 5 times. So those are the solutions for your PCOS. Now the second problem is your high BP. So high BP is high blood pressure. We all know that that is the deadliest diseases, and that can be the reason of your cardiac arrest. Even that can be the reason of your kidney failure, and even sometimes the blindness. So what are the reasons? That can be reason because of your high waistline. That is the indication. For male it can be up to 35 to 36 inches. If your waist is close to that or something like 35 to 36 inches, then you have a chance of having high BP. And for the female it's like 32 to 33. So if you are about to touch that, you should be conscious about that. And the inflammation, when this inflammation occurs in our artery, this our artery passage, it becomes narrow. So in that case, this blood, it cannot flow in a free in a smoother way. In that case, it creates a pressure. So that also that is also one of the reason of your high blood pressure. So then what is the solution? So solution is here. Solution is healthy diet, less sodium. Less sodium is whatever it comes from your sodium chloride, that is your refined salt. So sodium should be less, and then alcohol, smoking and stress, that should be out of your lifestyle. I know the stress is very tough thing to get it out, to take it out from your lifestyle, but you need to do that with the help of meditation and other stuffs. Alcohol and smoking, you have to get rid of, because those are the very critical things which is just stimulating your blood pressure. And then your vitamin D3, you need to check out your vitamin D3 level, and you need to keep it. If it's not, if you are not maintaining your vitamin D3, that is causing your high blood pressure. So you need to maintain it at least 60 to 70. So the third thing is a natural source of magnesium. You need to find out the source of magnesium, because that is also the good thing what you need to maintain to keep that blood pressure in a proper level. So the natural source of magnesium you can have from almonds, from walnuts, from cashews, and from pumpkin seeds. Those are the natural source of your magnesium. And the medication side effects, if you are under medication of high blood pressure, and if you feel that that is the part of your life, so just let me tell you one thing. Some of the blood pressure, I'm telling you, I'm not against allopathic medicines, but I'm against those side effects. Some of those pills have the adverse effects, and they are causing your calcium deficiency. So somehow when you are popping up the pills, it's causing your calcium deficiency, and when you start getting older and older, and that is just your bones are getting weaker. And then last is fatty liver. The third part is your fatty liver. Fatty liver, most of the Indian people, they have believe that if you don't eat non-veg, then you don't have any chance of fatty liver. So that's why I have just put it in like non-alcoholic. It has been seen that people who don't eat non-veg, who don't drink, they have also a higher chance of having fatty liver. So now you'll ask me, what is the reason of having fatty liver? Is it just because of having fat? Absolutely. I'll tell you one story, then you'll understand how this fatty liver is exactly happening. There is a French delicacy, there is a foie gras. Basically it's a goose or duck's liver. So what they do, they feed those duck or goose plenty of sugar, plenty of corn syrup or some carbohydrate, and their liver that get fattened. Then they have a bigger amount of liver, that bigger size, then they serve it as a food. So now you understand how this liver that gets fattened up. So that is the reason this liver, you have that fat layer on the liver. That is not because of having fat, rather if you have excess amount of carbohydrate, sugar, that is the reason of fatty liver. So now what you need to do, the first thing is you need to understand what is your level of carbs, what is the ultimate level up to what level you should have your carbs. The carbohydrate level and the sugar and excessive consumption of carbohydrate, it should not be. You should have a limited amount of carbohydrate and sugar. And high corn fructose syrup, that is a strict no in your case. You should not have that high corn sucrose syrup. Believe me, most of the junk foods, most of the processed foods, most of the candies and soda, they add that high fructose syrup, and you give these things to your kid, and basically you are seeding that fatty liver in your kid's lifestyle. Once he or she will get adult or maybe young adult, then she or he will have that disease, and that is just because of you. The next thing is the solution. So what can be the solution? Your food should have the proper proportion of carbohydrate, protein and fat, good fat. And say no to sedentary lifestyle. You should have an active lifestyle. Nowadays it has become part of our life to have a sedentary lifestyle, but you need to get rid of that thing. If you work 45 minutes in the morning, and if you lead a sedentary lifestyle throughout that 23 hours, that won't make a change. You need to be active throughout the day. Doesn't matter if you want to go for a workout in the gym or you want to go for a walk, you need to be active throughout the day. Vitamin B1 to B12, you need to take care of those B vitamins, and you should have that sufficient amount in your body. And the magnesium, as I already told that what are the effects of magnesium, and magnesium is also playing a crucial role in that fatty liver as well. So you need to have almonds, pumpkin seeds and walnuts as well. So those are the diseases, and how easily we can get rid of from all those diseases, how we can reverse all those diseases. You have seen with your own eyes. Just simple change in our life, some simple change, some foods in our lifestyle, we can reduce that weight, we can reduce that waistline, and those were the keys. Do you like to keep all those rubbish things in your life? Smoking, drinking. I'm not against drinking, again I'm telling you, when you are doing it excessive, then it matters. Until if you have occasionally or sometimes when you with your friends, you are just when you are using just a part of your enjoyment, then it's perfectly okay. There is no harm on that, but don't do it anything in excessive limit. So that's all for today. I hope I have added a lot of values in your life, and that is my goal. Till then, see you, bye bye, take care, stay blessed.